guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey girl, hey. Welcome back to episode 7 of Hashtag Go By. If you're a new subscriber or new person on this video, welcome to you. Today we are shooting a video about something that I feel like personally I'm gonna come back here a lot of times to reference what I said, okay, and apply that in my life. We're speaking about finances today. I realize I speak fast, and sometimes you can't even hear like some of the words that I say because I speak so fast. I'm gonna try and keep it slow. We speak about finances today, living within your means as a 21-year-old, but obviously as a person, as a human being. But yeah, I'm gonna speak based on my experience. In case you don't know what Hashtag Go By is, it's our platform as ladies who are trying to improve our lives, inspire, educate, motivate, and just become the best versions of ourselves and elevate in whatever or in every area of our lives. So this platform includes topics surrounding career, finances, relationships, friendships, faith, just anything that will make you a better person. And yeah, so I'll be speaking about. Disclaimer: I'm not a psychiatrist, and cleansing is a psychiatrist first. Why do I think people are crazy? Not a psychologist, a therapist. Somebody actually said to me, somebody called me a little girl, and then I said I'm not a little girl, and then they said to me, but that's what you said on your video, I'm just a little girl. So I'm not gonna say that today. I'm a young lady who decided to start this platform for everyone to interact, for everyone to engage with me, for us to share our ideas, for me to share my ideas with you guys on some of the things that I live by. And if you can take one thing, then apply it in your own life and it helps you, then that's the whole point of this platform, for us to grow and just become the best versions of ourselves. First things first, guys, the numbers have gone a bit down and it's a bit worrisome, okay, because we're trying to get to 1k view at least each video, so the last 2 episodes I realized the views kind of went down. I'd like to know why, if there's a reason. If there's no reason and it's just a matter of, it's not always smooth sailing some days, but if you haven't caught up on the other episodes, please do go back and catch up. But without speaking too much, let's get in the video. As tradition, today I'm back to a wine in a champagne glass. I don't know why I did that. I wanted to lie and say this is sparkling wine, but I don't lie. You guys will see this wine. I don't want to mess up the name, but we're having wine today in a champagne glass. Do not do that. I am breaking rules. Lately, I've been a rule breaker. I don't know what's wrong with me. And my hair is a bit offish. But anyway, I'm tired, you guys. I'm tired. I'm actually exhausted. I've exhausted all my energy, and I'm just trying to push through to the next episode, next week, next day, next hour. That's what's happening. But yeah. Anyway, let's get into today's conversation. If I could just get my notes. Yes, finances. So I'm a person who I work a lot. I work hard. I make money now. It's not just me working. I used to work without earning, and I made peace with the fact that sometimes you need to work and not make money to get money, And I started making money, and now I realize that, hey, I'm making money. And one thing about me, I don't have one stream of, now I have 2, right? No, actually, the other wouldn't call it a stream of income, but money comes to me like in 3 different ways. But I realized but I find myself sometimes financially stranded. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not seeing where, like, if I had to sit down and be like, okay, so how much money do you have this month? And it's like, it's a lot, for a person my age, it is a lot. But I'm not seeing it. And that's when I saw that there's something I'm not doing, or that I'm doing that's not financially wise. Which is why I was like, you know what, let me sit down. How am I handling my finances? Because it's like you're making money, but you're losing money at the same time because you don't know how to handle money. Because money is a relationship, actually. It's spiritual. You need to have a relationship with money. And based on that relationship with money, based on that relationship that you have with money will determine whether it's a good one or it's a bad one. If the first thing you do as soon as you get money is go splurge and just finish and just I blew it basically, then obviously that's a terrible relationship, but when you get money and you sit down and you're able to allocate things and still have money at the end of you allocating things, then that's a more healthier relationship with money. So This is just to give you guys an idea of how a healthy relationship with money kind of looks like according to my view, according to me. So the first things first, this one applies to anyone who's Christian. If you're not Christian, you have every right to not agree with this, but for me, this is what I believe in, that every money you get, the first thing you need to do is tithe. And tithing, if you're interested in knowing this, is like giving 10% to God, right? Obviously, it's a more spiritual thing. So 10%, the more practical way is you sending 10% of whatever amount that you're getting to a church. Me, I tithe to a church. Some people have a different way of tithing. They don't tithe like that way. They tithe through like maybe buying. I saw Miss XO actually, she spoke about this. So she doesn't believe in tithing. She's Christian, but she doesn't believe in tithing. Her form of tithing is like maybe buying food for somebody and then taking it to them. And that's another form of tithing, So yeah, for Christians, basically, it's like taking 10% and spending it, either it's sending it to the church or sending it to, or buying something for family or someone's street kids, or just giving away 10% of what you got. So that's the first rule when it comes to finances that I apply, that every money that I get, before I even spend it, 10% has to go to God. And for me, it's through like church. It's that way. Not always a straight line. There are months when it's a spiritual discipline that you have to exercise, and you're not always going to get it right. If you're trying to tithe and it's hard at first, it's totally okay. Even me, I've been tithing, I don't know for how many years, but there's some months when I'm not as disciplined, I'm not as, and it's just having grace upon yourself and knowing that God is a forgiving God. I'm not saying use that as an excuse to not tithe, but don't be hard on yourself when maybe you spend money and without tithing. Just try and next time work on it and do better. And then the second thing, I'm gonna curse now. I'm gonna use this curse word, budget. You have to have a budget. You every month before you start spending, have a budget. Know how much money you're spending on groceries. Know how much money you're gonna spend on fun and entertainment. Know how much money you're gonna spend on traveling. Allocate your money. And I would say maybe a month you're getting 10k, and that 10k, this is going to start with the important things first. Just so that when the money comes in, that's exactly what you're doing. You're allocating. Money is going to groceries. This one is for fun. This one is for, whatever that you may be doing. Have a budget. Budget is basically a schedule or a rundown of things that you have to spend, so that when the money comes, you know exactly where to put that money and how to spend it. Is it easy? Of course it's not. And then number 3 is having an emergency fund, or savings rather, let's call it that, where you save money in case something happens. There can be savings. I think savings, to me, this is how I differ. You can save just for the sake of like giving it a period that I want to save until December. You just want to put that money aside until December. And the emergency fund would be you putting money aside in case anything happens. For example, sometimes there was an incident that happened last month where I had to pay for, something, and I had to dig into my pockets, and I didn't have that money, but I had to make a plan because there was an emergency that came up, and I had to make a plan. And had I had an emergency fund, I wouldn't have, struggled the way I did last month, or this month actually, because it's still May. This month I wouldn't have struggled. So having an emergency fund, it's putting money aside in case maybe you have a toothache and you need to go see the dentist. I mean, okay, say you don't have medical aid, right? Or maybe you have to go buy something, you have to travel to Joburg. Maybe there's a campaign and they want you to go to Joburg. It's just having money that on standby in case anything needs you immediately. Emergency fund means it's emergent, like it's urgent. You need to do that thing now. And then the other thing, when shopping or buying, look out for specials. I know we used to look at our mothers buying groceries, those magazines, what is it, those pamphlets, those shopping, what are they called, those newspapers, those shopping newspapers. I don't know the correct term. In the comment section, tell me what is it called. I used to see my mom like having one from Checkers, one from ShopRite, one from Pick and Pay, and then she would select and just compare. But actually I realized that she's saving money, as much as shop, it's a lot of work, but you're also saving money. Look out for specials, look out for discount. If you can go for a lower price, definitely go for a lower price. If you're buying a Rama and there's one for 20 rands, there's one for 15 rands, go for the one that's 15 rands. Don't just get there and you buy. Look out for specials, those red tags, look out for that, because you can actually save a lot of money. Use the extra savings accounts when you're shopping, that will actually help a lot, because you're gonna, even if you're saving 1 rand or 2 rand, you are saving, so look out for that. Build your credit scores. Remember, these are financial tips that I'm trying to apply in my life. Build your credit scores, especially in your 20s. I'm trying. I haven't started, like, I wouldn't say I'm now, feeling, hey, me building credit score, I'm the best. No. But I want to buy a car very soon, actually, which is why I'm working so hard, because I feel like I need a car, even though moving around in Gauteng is not a problem. It's not like you don't struggle, but I want to be able to go home any day that I want to go home. I think right now what's frustrating me is the fact that I can't go home as much as I want to, because of so many reasons. When I'm back home, being able to move around, Mpumalanga still developing. It's not like Gauteng where you can just go from one spot to the other, so I was like, if when I move into another house, when I got to this apartment, it was fully furnished, so none of what you see there is mine. The TV is the places, the couch is the places, like everything you see there belongs to this place. And when I move out, I have to buy my own TV. You need to have a TV license. You need to have, when you're trying to buy those bigger things, now you're trying to settle in and build your house, you need to make sure that your credit score is like on point. And you need to start now. If you're in varsity, start now building your credit score, even if it's opening an account at Rage or a Truworths or wherever. Just get used to you paying and being consistent. Right now, I think the only thing that I'm consistent in is the rent and Vision Active, but I think we're gonna have a separate video actually with a financial advisor where they educating us more about how to build your credit scores. I think I'm going to have that as a live session, so be on the lookout for that one. Build your credit score now whilst you still can, so that by the time you want to buy a car, a house, TV, or whatever that needs a good credit score, then you are ready and you don't have to now wait. You have the money to buy that thing, but you have to wait, because now you need to build credit score and actually prove that you can pay for that thing. That is frustrating. So do it now whilst you still can and you have the chance to. And then the last thing is avoid debt, avoid loans, pay back as soon as you can. Sometimes life gets to a point where you need money immediately, but pay back money as soon as you can. I think it's also a Bible principle where the Bible says that if you owe anyone money, pay them as soon as you can. So if you do find yourself in debt and you have to pay back someone, please do it as soon as you can, so that you avoid having so many debts. As well as a person, man, you can't even spend your money nicely now, because you know that you're owing someone money, so try and avoid it as much as you can. If you can buy something cash, do it that way. If if you owe somebody something, please pay them back and avoid debts, because it's going to give you peace of mind and you'll be able to enjoy your money. It's also safe for you to move around and do whatever that you want to do without somebody looking at all your moves, because you owe them money. It's almost like they actually have control over your life when you're owing somebody money. So that's all that I can say for today's episode on how to live within your means. Do not buy things that you know you can't afford. For example, I like Burberry, I like Prada, I like Chanel, but I can't afford that. And I think right now, buy what you can until you're able to afford those type of things, So but also work hard so that you can be financially free, because I don't want to lie, financial freedom is the best thing ever, and I'm aiming for it. And as I'm aiming for it, I encourage you to always aim for financial freedom. But in order for you to get there, you need to put in the work. You need to do the work, the background work, and spending money wisely and having a healthy relationship with money. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching today's episode. I will catch you guys on Thursday night when we're having the live session, and